What's up, guys? This is Chris from DraftDashboard.com. Here are my DFS picks for NBA Tuesday, March 31st. These picks apply for the FanDuel simulated slates. And at the end of this video, I'll give you a few DraftKings picks for their simulated showdown slates. Before I get started, please drop a like on this video and hit that red subscribe button and hit that bell icon so you don't miss our new videos. In this video, I'm going to go over my top picks for today's NBA slate. And if you stick around to the very end of this video, we'll use the Draft Dashboard tools to make a DFS lineup using the picks we just made. Okay guys, real quick for those who don't know how these simulated slates work on FanDuel, everything works the same. You build a full lineup using the players available in the slate. The only difference is the fantasy points each player scores is a fantasy score from any game that player has played so far this year. Only players with at least 15 games played are in the player pool. Pretty simple, they just take a score at random from previous games that player has played, and that's it. So knowing how that works, we've added some tools to Draft Dashboard so you can see all the possible outcomes of scores from each player, and we show the percent chance that the player has to score in each point range. So pretty handy. You can hover over the Sim Scores button and see right here exactly what scores this player can get for this contest. It will be one of these at random. And then you can see what percent chance they have to score in these point ranges. Okay, let's get into these picks. Okay, let's take a look at the point guard position. I'm going to give you a value play here. I like Kobe White, projected at 22.4 fantasy points here tonight. That's 5.3 times value. He's 4,200 FanDuel salary. Let's take a look at his sim scores. He has a 29% chance to score 15 fantasy points or less. He has a 43% chance to score 15 to 30 fantasy points. He has a 25% chance to score 30 to 45 fantasy points, and he has a 3% chance to score 45 to 60 fantasy points. So I like Kobe White here at only 4,200 FanDuel salary. Another point guard that I like here is Ja Morant, projected at 32.5 fantasy points here tonight. That's 5.2 times value. He's 6,300 FanDuel salary. Let's take a look at his sim scores. Only a 3% chance to score 15 fantasy points or less, a 41% chance to score 15 to 30 fantasy points, a 42% chance to score 30 to 45 fantasy points, and a 14% chance to score 45 to 60 fantasy points. So that's a 56% chance to score 30 fantasy points or more and get you over 5 times value. So I like Ja Morant here at 6,300 FanDuel salary. Okay, who do we have at the shooting guard position? I'm going to give you a value play here. This guy doesn't have a lot of sexy upside, but he's a solid value play. I like Gary Harris, projected at 20.8 fantasy points here tonight. That's 5.2 times value. He's only 4,000 FanDuel salary. Let's take a look at his sim scores. A 23% chance to score 15 fantasy points or less, a 68% chance to score 15 to 30 fantasy points, and a 9% chance to score 30 to 45 fantasy points. So this guy has a near 75% chance to get you near 5 times value or more. So he's a solid value play. So I like Gary Harris here at 4,000 FanDuel salary. Before I continue with the picks, I'm excited today because we added a new contest for everyone watching. If you want to enter the drawing for $100 PayPal, all you need to do is like this video, hit that subscribe button, and make a quick comment below to be entered into the drawing. We'll reply to a random comment and let you know that you won, and then we'll send you $100 PayPal. So it's that easy, and we pick a new winner every Saturday and announce them in our video. So get your comment in now so I can add another entry for you. Another shooting guard that I like is D'Angelo Russell, projected at 38.1 fantasy points here tonight. That's 5.1 times value. He's 7,500 FanDuel salary. Let's take a look at his sim scores. Only a 2% chance to score 15 fantasy points or less, a 20% chance to score 15 to 30 fantasy points, a 47% chance to score 30 to 45 fantasy points, a 29% chance to score 45 to 60 fantasy points, and a 2% chance to score 60 fantasy points or more. So you're looking at a 31% chance to score 45 fantasy points or more and crush value. So I like D'Angelo Russell here at 7,500 FanDuel salary. Okay, who do we have at the small forward position? I like Will Barton, projected at 31.2 fantasy points here tonight. That's 5.1 times value. He's 6,100 FanDuel salary. Let's take a look at his sim scores. He has a 3% chance to score 15 fantasy points or less. He has a 43% chance to score 15 to 30 fantasy points. He has a 47% chance to score 30 to 45 fantasy points. And he has a 7% chance to score 45 to 60 fantasy points. So you're looking at a 55% chance for him to get you 5 times value or more. So I like Will Barton here at 6,100 FanDuel salary. Okay, another small forward that I like is Pascal Siakam, projected at 41.4 fantasy points here tonight. That's 4.9 times value. He's 8,500 FanDuel salary. Let's take a look at his sim scores. A 0% chance to score 15 fantasy points or less, so that's nice. A 17% chance to score 15 to 30 fantasy points. A 48% chance to score 30 to 45 fantasy points. A 30% chance to score 45 to 60 fantasy points. And a 6% chance to score 60 fantasy points or more. So he has a 36% chance to get you over 45 fantasy points and get you over 5 times value. So I like Pascal Siakam here at 8,500 FanDuel salary. Okay, who do we have at the power forward position? I like Paul Millsap, projected at 24.6 fantasy points here tonight. That's 5.2 times value. He's 4,700 FanDuel salary. Let's take a look at his sim scores. A 23% chance to get you 15 fantasy points or less. A 45% chance to get you 15 to 30 fantasy points. That's your value zone. And then a 32% chance to score 30 to 45 fantasy points, which would be 5.5 times value or more. So I like Paul Millsap here at 4,700 FanDuel salary. Okay, another power forward that I like is Serge Ibaka, projected at 30.1 fantasy points here tonight. That's 5 times value. He's 6,000 FanDuel salary. Let's take a look at his sim scores. Only a 4% chance to score 15 fantasy points or less, a 44% chance to score 15 to 30 fantasy points, a 48% chance to score 30 to 45 fantasy points, and a 4% chance to score 45 to 60 fantasy points. So you're looking at a 52% chance for him to get you 5 times value or more. So I like Serge Ibaka here at 6,000 FanDuel salary. Real quick, guys, I got great news. For a limited time, we're offering a full 30-day trial to Draft Dashboard. So look, guys, I know there's not a lot of sports playing right now, but we are posting a daily cheat sheet for esports for the League of Legends contests, and we just added these new DFS tools for the NBA simulated slates. We're going to be updating our tools to help you pick the best players for these sim sports, and I think these tools are going to give you a big advantage. There's no human element here. This is a stats game. This is a math problem. This is where our tools can really help you identify the numbers, the percent chance these players are going to score within these point ranges, so you know what you're getting into with each pick. Okay, moving on to the center position. I like Jonas Valanciunas, projected at 33.8 fantasy points here tonight. That's 5.1 times value. He's 6,600 FanDuel salary. Let's take a look at his sim scores. a 5% chance to score 15 fantasy points or less, a 40% chance to score 15 to 30 fantasy points, a 35% chance to score 30 to 45 fantasy points, a 16% chance to score 45 to 60 fantasy points, and a 3% chance to score 60 fantasy points or more. So you're looking at a 54% chance for him to score 30 fantasy points or more and get you over 5 times value. So I like Jonas Valanciunas here at 6,600 FanDuel salary. Okay, the stud that I like at center tonight is Karl Anthony Towns, projected at 49.3 fantasy points here tonight. That's 4.6 times value. He's 10,600 FanDuel salary. Let's take a look at his sim scores. A 0% chance to score 15 fantasy points or less, a 9% chance to score 15 to 30 fantasy points, a 20% chance to score 30 to 45 fantasy points. And this is why I like this pick. He has a 63% chance to score 45 to 60 fantasy points and a 9% chance to score 60 fantasy points or more. So this is a safe play. That's why he's 10,600 FanDuel salary, and Andre Drummond is only 10,000 DraftKings salary, and you can see the difference here. Andre Drummond has much bigger upside with a 16% chance to score 60 fantasy points or more versus Karl Anthony Towns with only a 9% chance to score 60 fantasy points or more. But Drummond has only a 39% chance to score 45 to 60 fantasy points, where Karl Anthony Towns has a 63% chance to score 45 to 60 fantasy points. So Drummond's got the bigger upside, but Towns for 600 more, much safer play. So I like Karl Anthony Towns here at 10,600 FanDuel salary. Okay, I'm going to give you a few quick picks here for the DraftKings showdown between the Dallas Mavericks and the Milwaukee Bucks. So the top value play on the slate, sometimes you don't even need value plays in this slate, but I like to give you the top value play for each of these videos. So JJ Barea, projected at 15.8 fantasy points here tonight at only 1,000 DraftKings salary. You can see in his sim scores here, he has a 50% chance to score 15 fantasy points or less, but he has a 50% chance to score 15 to 30 fantasy points. So you'll take that all day long for only 1,000 DraftKings salary. So I like JJ Barea here at 1,000 DraftKings salary. So with the value play out of the way here, of course you guys got Giannis Antetokounmpo, Luka Doncic, Kristaps Porzingis. Those are the 3 studs. You want to get those guys into your lineup. Then you got Chris Middleton down here. George Hill is a nice value play. Dante DiVincenzo, he looks like a solid value play. I really wish DraftKings would do the full slate games. I'm not digging these showdowns, but those are my picks for you here tonight.
If you want to try all these daily fantasy tools for yourself, click the link in the description below this video or just go to draftdashboard.com. You can use our DFS lineup optimizer to build quality lineups using our picks and your own custom player pool. Click the link in the description below this video and try all these daily fantasy tools right now. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon so you can get instant updates whenever we post a new video.
Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please smickety smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Oh, and please comment below with your favorite player for this NBA slate. I love to hear what you guys have to think. Thanks again and good luck. Okay guys, if you're getting any value from this video, please hit that red subscribe button. We put out new fantasy basketball videos every single day. So if you hit that subscribe button and ring that bell notification, you won't miss out on any of our new fantasy basketball and fantasy football videos. Tons of free stuff coming your way. It only takes a second, and it helps us push out more fantasy content for you guys to consume each and every day. It's because of you subscribers that make this possible. So thank you for supporting this channel. This is a quick reminder, you should be reading the comments of this video. We have some savvy basketball fans who watch these videos, and they often give great plays and call me out when my picks are wrong. Wisdom of the crowd is a great way to get a feel for what players the field likes in today's NBA slate. We also have a DFS tool that shows you what players our members like for today's slate, so you can come on in and check that out.